Alright, and hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and we are back for another episode of the Ni No Kuni, The Wrath of the White Witch Let's Play. And if you did miss out during the last one, well, the Shadar story is finally done. We had to go through the 3 phases of Shadar, and we finally knocked him out once and for all. It was a very tough battle, if I have to say so myself, but I don't really want to get into too much details. You guys can go and check that out for yourself, because now we are back over at the Ding Dong Dell area, and it seems like they are having a celebration since Shadar is now finally gone, and there has been a little bit of some peace coming back into this world now within the time that we are here within this game. But I know that throughout this episode is that we're going to be saying our somewhat final goodbyes here within our time of this kingdom, and we're going to start reaching our way back over to Motorville. But during the time of that is going to be transpiring, you know, we still have the White Witch that still is going to be lurking around within the other world that's here. And she's going to be making her appearance, and she's going to be causing some trouble around within the 3 kingdoms that are going to be showing up. Now, what's going to happen is that each of these areas that we're going to be having to go return back to are all going to be somewhat in this weird ashy type of climate that's going to be happening. And this weird ash that's going to be falling from the sky is going to be transforming all the citizens and even the leaders of these kingdoms. And they're going to be going into more so of a undead type of state, which that is not going to be all that too good. Now, however, we are going to have to go and battle out with King Tom and with the undead Lola that is going to happen from here. And they do have a specialized type of form that's going to be showing up, which I don't know how strong that they are going to be, but hopefully with all that being said in mind, once we actually do go and reach off into where these bosses are going to be, we'll have to experience that out for when the time does happen. But within these 2 videos for today, not only are we going to be doing our time with Ni No Kuni and the Wrath of the White Witch, but we're also, of course, going to be doing some more of Ocarina as well, too, because within our way of Ocarina of Time, we are going to be moving off into the unlocking of the fire arrows and also moving off into the Gerudo training grounds. Now, even though that during my experience throughout the Gerudo training grounds, I did not go all the way through it, but in the next episode, we'll continue onwards with more of the Gerudo training grounds from where we left off, though.
You got it. Thank you, everybody. Be good, Oliver.
But not too good.
Alright, we'll see you later, everybody.
Take care. All of you. Thank you.
But, yep, as literally what I called it out, the White Witch is going to be making her appearance here.
Pitiful fools. My gift of mana will cleanse.
Yeah, so whatever this ash or mana that the White Witch is bringing out here, well, we better need to go and hide away somewhere so that we won't get ourselves infected by this ash as well, but oh yeah, that's not good. Now, we are going to be having some new characters join alongside with us for our adventure, and that is going to be, of course, with the older Marcason that's going to be here, and we are also going to be having the characters such as P going to be making her appearance on our team. Now, we're going to be seeing that P is going to be somewhat of a special resource that's going to happen here within this area alone, because she's going to be the one that will be able to go and hopefully purify all of these different undead citizens, and even also with hopefully the leaders of the kingdoms as well. And now some of these undead, for all these undead citizens that are going to be here, we are going to have to go and battle out with them. Now, not to worry, there is no type of penalties or anything that happens. I'm pretty certain, isn't there like 1 game, if I'm not mistaken? I don't know if I played it on my channel before, but I know that if you go and battle out on like other certain citizens and whatnot, you actually like lose money or something. I forget what game that is. I may probably have to go with like maybe check around on what that is. But the good thing is that with you battling out with these undead citizens, you want to make sure that you actually go and battle out with those guys. And yes, we are finally here at the Iron Wyvern. This is basically Kublai's airship. We are finally now up in the sky to get rid of the ashy type of stuff that's going around down below, so that we don't have to be infected by it either. Now, I think here is that here in the Iron Wyvern, there should at least be somewhat of a weapon shop here that we can be able to go and purchase out on different new equipment and other things that are going to happen. But yeah, so with Marcason, what I was kind of going off and saying that since Marcason is going to be joining alongside with us, he will actually now be somewhat of a reserved character in our party, and we can actually go and use Marcason as a 4th playable character. So after this point in time, we will have a 4th character somewhat on our team. I don't know how long he's going to be withstanding out here within our team, but you can actually go and add equipment to Marcason, and you can also use his brand new familiar alongside with you as well. Now, I believe his familiar is actually not all that too bad. I believe his familiar is like almost somewhat close to the level 50 that we are going to be like somewhat be around at as well. So at least Marquise is going to be somewhat useful a little bit. And I know that I do have like a little bit of like extra items, so I will be able to kind of throw on some stuff there. But now with the undead zombies though, and I don't know if I ever went and talked more about it, is that you want to make sure that you battle out with all of those different undead zombies. You want to make sure that you grab every single item that is going to be on there from those guys, because if you ran out of items like how I did, I want to say back in the Shadar battle with the 3 phases, right? There is no saving. So basically, if you waste up all your items, you're kind of almost a little bit messed when it starts happening here in the well, for this next part of the story. But at least the good thing is that like with these undead zombies, they'll always keep on respawning every single time, and you'll be able to go and find like a whole bunch of pixie dews, espressos, I think, or cappuccinos. You can also find a whole bunch of other different medicinal items as well too, and they are great. Now I believe there's also a new thing known as a great sage, which I believe it heals like quite a bit of like HP, so that's really handy. And now we are right back over here at the round table, or the council that is here with the White Witch. And remember that one particular guy that we went and saw before back over at the Tombstone Trail area? Because I'm pretty certain, I think during the time of the Tombstone Trail area, we did meet up with one of these type of other council people that were here. And it seems like he's kind of somewhat of a double trader, or like a double agent between what's happening. So he is helping out with us for a little bit, but he's also working in the inside with the White Witch. And apparently, later on, we are going to meet up with him again. He's going to tell us that P is going to be somewhat of the useful character within our party alongside with us.
To protect the very creatures that first plunged him into despair. I will not be defied. All who defy our will shall perish. The mortal who shared a soul with Shadar still draws.
Yep. Well, at first, if you guys did go and check out with the last episode, we somewhat, I want to say, disappeared from this world for a little bit, because if you guys don't know, I think Oliver and Shadar are basically a soulmate together at this point in time, and Shadar did say that if we go and destroy with him, you know, us too will also get destroyed. But with the will of our being, I guess, or the will of our power that was happening during the time that we disappeared from the other world, we were able to go and show right back up. And everything is now all fine and dandy, since we're all back here within the time now of this game. But now, since we have to go and head all the way back to Motorville, it seems like P is crying and saying all the stuff about what's going on with the ash and everything, and why this whole area has been getting turned into the undead that's out here. Now, she does have a special power known as Sanctify, I believe, and what she will do with that Sanctify power is that she'll actually go and cure up on any type of undead citizens that are going to be here. But now she's going to finally be traveling with us, so that's very nice. And let's go and start moving onwards. Now, I don't know if I ever went and ever talked to you guys about this, but there was apparently like somewhat of like a so-called rumor leak that like showed up around saying that like apparently on I think what's it like on April 18th or like March 18th or something like that, it was like there was supposed to be a new type of Nintendo Direct or something, and during that March, I want to say it wasn't April, I don't think it was in March, but that leak like never actually became a thing. But there was some pretty interesting stuff that was on there, and I wouldn't mind actually talking to you guys about it. But apparently, I guess this type of like Nintendo or this fake Nintendo Direct was kind of more so of like wishful thinking in a way, because like the person actually brought up a topic about like Animal Crossing New Leaf HD, which I wouldn't really because like here's the thing though, like we already have an Animal Crossing game on the Nintendo Switch. I don't think that they would actually want to have two of different Animal Crossing games on one console. That just seems really weird, because normally for like the longest time, you know, all the different Animal Crossing games have literally only been on one certain console. You know, we got the GBA version, which I believe, I think that was just more so of like a side thing. I don't know if it's like just a Japan exclusive, but there's that one. And then there's also, with Animal Crossing on the GameCube, one on the N64, one on the actual, Wii console on the DS, and then we also have it on the 3DS as well. So it just seemed weird if like there would also be like a second one for there. And then they also brought up some of the other different past games as well that got showed out within the partner showcase that are finally going to be getting like with some of the release date actual type of so-called dates that are going to happen for some of those games, like Monster Hunter Stories that's getting remastered, which I know that that's actually true. But yeah, and I think there was also something that was also brought up about with like Wind Waker HD, which I know that that's been like a leak that's been going around for like the longest time, saying that people are wanting to have well, like a trilogy type of thing with having all three of the best of the Legend of Zelda games, like having like Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker, and also having like Twilight Princess or something all together.
Sanctify?
But yep, that's what the power is known as there, Oliver.
Turn those poor people in Ding Dong Dell to their old selves.
Indeed she could. In this child, you have the solution to this rather unfortunate problem.
Yep, and there's that guy that we were actually going on and talking to you about there. This is the double agent that we met up back over at the Tombstone Trail.
You were the one who sent us back to the past.
Yes. You may call me Gallus. I am a member of the council that determines the fate of this world.
The Zodiarcs, huh?
The Zodiacs? The fate of the world? Oh yeah? And what would a busy fellow like you want with the likes of us?
I came to thank you. Your power.
Yeah, that's what happened, because if you guys kind of saw for like a few minutes back, when we went and brought P alongside to this other world, seems like she can finally now be able to get shown, and she's not like a part of our conscience anymore. She is now like finally now an actual real person that is here in this place.
You mean P's magic can save the whole world?
Indeed it can. When you combine your power with hers.
Doodle-doo!
Ah, young P. At long last, the one you have awaited has come.
Yep. Now we're friends.
The time is close at hand. For both you, young P, and for you, Oliver. I wish you well.
Goodbye, Doodle-doo!
And off he goes then, huh? Yeah, it was kind of interesting because, like, at first we never really got to hear voice acting throughout within the text dialogue all that too much, and we got to go and hear a little bit about that. But now we're back to our regular, normal type of text dialogue where there is no voice acting now. But I'm pretty certain, I think, in the settings, if I'm not mistaken, I think I actually did go and change up a little bit about that. So there's not really, like, too much actual voice text that happens within this part of the game all that much. But now we're all the way back over here, and And the undead is just running amok around out here in the Ding Dong Dell, but we do have to battle our way through it. Like, even though that they are citizens of this area, they are still, like, actual creatures. Now, here within the undead zombies, though, the one thing that I never really did go and bring up about it is that they do actually cause some bit of poison damage. Now, since they are, of course, the undead, they are going to, like, spew off on different poisonous type of stuff. So if they do go for a special move, which I know that they have sometimes known as, I think there's one that's known as like ill wind, and then there's also another one known as something like bad breath or something. I'm not really too entirely certain if that's what it's known as, but that actually spews out on poisonous type of stuff. Now all these guys are literally weak to light, so you can just go and just do it, just like how we did it before with Shadar. These guys are like really easy, and we can like make sure that we can lower down their health bar pretty quickly. So we'll just keep on knocking them around. So since these are like basically new enemies at this point in time, I will go and show you guys all the enemies that you can go and face off within the Ding Dong Dell area. And if I do run into other enemies that are going to be similar to like the same type of enemies that we see here in this episode, you guys won't be able to go and check them out. But I strongly do recommend that you battle every single citizen that is going to be here, because they will have a whole bunch of items for us to go and literally pick up on if you have been running out of items so far. So there we go. The Pixie Dude Cappuccino, those are coming to us because we are running out of those, and I do not want to have to go and literally have to head into a shop to go and buy stuff. Now, unfortunately, shops, weapon shops, Swift Solutions, they are no more. So basically, if you wanted to go and do this mission right now and jump on into where the White Witch starts casting the undead curse that is going to happen everywhere around the kingdoms, if you plan out on actually deciding to do some of the Swiss solutions or buy out on extra more other equipment, you want to make sure that you go and do that beforehand, because the rest of these areas now are completely inaccessible. There is nothing for us to go and do. You can't even heal up right now. Over well, basically at an inn at this point. You have to go and literally heal up over at one of the special save block type areas. And we will be seeing a save block area that is going to be around just before heading into the actual kingdom itself. But yeah. So here's also another new guy right there. We're going to take a little bit of a walk into the weapons shop and show you guys exactly what's happening. So yeah, so the Comm Master is no more. Too bad that we don't really get to see like a Comm Master undead form. That would be really cool. I wonder how insanely powerful that guy would be. Well, let's just go and keep on moving. Well, just gonna deke on around out here with some of these guys, but not to worry, we'll be meeting up with more of them later. Okay, so let's go and jump onto this new guy. This looks like somebody new that we have never got to go see just yet. The Green Finger Gardener. Yeah, they just have like some of the most like weirdest names out here. But, twinkle twinkle, let's go and use this move, do a massive amount of damage to all these guys. Okay, now let's just go and keep on attacking our way, and also can't forget about with Lex as well too, because that's our other guy. Now, I will be doing a new evolution on Moore. I know that that's the only one familiar that we have on our team that does not actually have an evolution at this point, and I will go and do that for you guys within the next episode, and I won't really go to spoil out on who I'm actually going to be evolutioning out here, because Moore does have a split evolution, just like how we had it before with some of the other familiars that we have. But I believe the one familiar for Moore, I am going to be making him more into a more of a light type of enemy attacker. So instead of him just like keeping on with the firepower, I'm going to be kind of transforming him into more of a healer in a way, without having to use the fire damage all that much. Because I know that we need quite a bit of other healers. So these are some new guys as well too. We're going to use Real Light out here, but unfortunately Moore doesn't really have like the best of attacks when it comes to here. Yeah, because we need more of the light spells. Just doing other just regular attack is not going to be doing as much. But anyways, I think that's about it. I think we are getting closer to the end of this episode for our time. So I'll be seeing you guys in the next one of our way out here in Ni No Kuni. And of course, peace.